Welcome, everyone. Hello, Semi.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've been having fun today, working on the same problem I was working on last week with the movie theater problem.
The movie theater problem.
Yeah, the movie theater problem. You want me to show you?
Yes, please.
So for everyone who's new to this one, and so this is some of the code that I was exploring today. And then I've been thinking about this problem, this challenge of Alice, Bob, Carol, Deborah are all in a movie theater row. And what are the different ways that we can arrange them in one row? And so I've been exploring this problem, and today I'd like to explore this step by step with the group.
Okay.
How about you?
So I've been working on. There's a bit of an echo there. Just letting you know. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, great.
And I've been working on a little website to show off. Sharing my screen. So I've been working on a little website to show off a bit about the moon, give you a little bit of information as if you're someone who has never seen it before. This is the demo. But that's pretty much what I'm going to be running through today. You're on mute, BA.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so yeah, you've got like some storytelling going on here too, and some like a whole learning experience here. Do you want to? Should we both just? Do you want to start first, or do you want me to start from a blank, from like starting from scratch?
Yes, I would like that.
Okay, cool. And welcome anybody who's here, any guests. Feel free to say hello. Feel free to introduce yourselves. If you're working on a website, now is a great time to open your text editor. And while we're waiting, Semi, you're going to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You could go first.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to start from the very beginning here. And let me pull up everything. And so here we are. This is the folder that oh, hey, what's up? What's up, badass grandma? So glad you came. Thank you so much for coming and joining us for coding. You're living up to your name. So what we're doing here is we're working on websites. And so I'm going to, this is the site I just made that I showed everybody. But I'm going to actually step up and make another site. And so what do folks notice here? As love you too, badass grandma. Thanks. So what do folks notice here? What did I just type? Are folks noticing anything here? So yeah, I just typed here. I just typed the letters MKDIR. And then I made a space and I typed site 2 here. And then now I'm typing this. What do you all notice here? Well, what do you notice here? Now I'm going to press, so I typed out cd space site. And then I'm going to press the return button. What do folks notice now?
I noticed that it's the word pedagogy changed to site.
The word pedagogy changed to site. And then now what do folks notice?
Did you type the word ls? Yeah.
I typed ls, and I'm going to press return now. What do you notice after I pressed return? I accidentally pressed it twice.
I noticed that we have a list of files.
Yeah, and oh right, and so I went. So yeah, so this is site, and if I now, what do you notice now?
You type cd ...
Yeah, and I pressed return just now. What happened when I pressed return?
The word site changed to pedagogy again.
Yeah, the word site changed to pedagogy. And so now what do folks notice?
Looks like we have a list of files again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's site 1, site and site 2. And I'm going to press return. What do you notice now? And if you're in the audience and shy, feel free to join us too. But we're going to keep going back with each other like this, back and forth as well. But feel free in the audience to share what you noticed too. So now what do you notice? I typed ls, but then previously we typed ls as well. What do you notice?
We're getting 2 different results.
Yeah. And then I'm going to type, what do you notice now?
You typed out the word touch.
Yeah. And I pressed enter after I typed that. What do you notice now?
We have the word index.html.
Yeah. what are the different things that have happened when we've typed ls and pressed enter?
Between typing ls and pressing enter?
Yeah, what are the different things that have happened each time?
Yeah, it's listed different things.
Yeah, what were the different things it did?
First it listed out files, then it listed out folders. Now it's just listing out a single file.
Yeah. So I heard you say it listed out files, it listed out a single folder, and then I heard you say, and then a single file.
Yes.
So now what do you notice?
You've typed out the word emac and that index.html.
Yeah, I've typed out Emacs and index.html, and now that I've done that, what do you notice here?
You've typed out the word open and index.html.
And so this is what I did before. Let me bring this down for a second. And now I'll bring this up. So we have this. And we have this. And if I come over here and I type this, what do you notice?
You've typed out an H1 tag and thrown in. Many folks want to make a website. You're throwing in that phrase in between these two H1 brackets.
Yeah, what's an H1 bracket?
It's a piece of code, right?
Mm-hmm. What parts does it consist of?
And opening a less than sign and a greater than sign with some words smashed in between.
Now,
symbol.
now is it all? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I said some sort of symbol smashed in between.
Now, when I look at the second H1 tag, I see a slash in front of it too.
Hmm.
Now, if I press Control X and S, it says no files need saving. If I refresh over here, what do you notice?
Many folks want to make websites.
Many folks want to make websites. And so now we have this, and if I inspect this and let's see if I can bring the inspector over here. Yeah, there we go. If I inspect this, what do you notice here in this space?
I notice that you have the same code that you did on the other screen.
Is all of it the same, or is some of it the same?
Just some of it.
Just some of it.
Just that H1.
Just the H1 here is the same as the H1 here.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I've got for now. Do you want to start your part too?
Yes, I do.
All right. Does anyone have any questions at this point in the audience? Are there any puzzles anyone's trying to understand? And if you're in the audience and you're trying to make this too, feel free to communicate with us. Let us know what you'd like to learn, if you'd like any help, anything.
I'll just wait a couple seconds.
Yeah. And so now we're going to take a look at Semi's going to be doing this too. And Semi will be doing their own site, and it'll be different than what I'm working on. Let me know when you're ready.
All right. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to create this from scratch. So, what does everybody notice about this web page before we actually get coding?
I notice that it has lots of pictures of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else notice anything? And is that the? And so I notice contrast of like black and white and yellow and motion.
All right.
I see 3 images, each moving, 3 animated motion images, and I see text in between some of them too. And the text is different sizes. And they're all in the center.
Okay. So, before we get started, I'm just going to show you where all of these images come from.
Welcome, Owen. Yeah, of course you can join. Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Shall I wait for Owen real quick?
Ooh, yeah, we can wait for Owen, sure.
Okay. Wait a second for Owen.
Okay, yeah, Owen's, so while we're waiting for Owen, while we're waiting for folks in the audience, what are you noticing tonight so far? What's everyone noticing so far tonight? Yeah, I've been so far tonight. I've been working on this little web page. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Did you get to see the first part of this?
No, I haven't seen any of this actually.
Okay. All right, cool. We're waiting for Semi because Semi's about to do their they're about to start the section they've worked on. So I want to show you what we did real quick. I'll show you. And what we're each going to be making different websites, but this is what I started with. And also, I did all this stuff before I started. So, what do you notice here?
Okay, so I'm seeing index.file. I'm seeing I'm seeing I'm seeing you're going into a file named pedagogy, and then there's a site under that. And
So you're seeing there's a folder, pedagogy, and a site.
yeah. And then you transferred into you changed the directory into the site, and then so it looks like you have a couple site folders. I'm not sure what touch means.
What was when I was inside of folder site 2 and I did ls the first time? What happened the second time I did ls after touch?
ls the first time I don't see any response, and then after you do touch index.html, then it shows index.html as a file under ls.
So yeah, it shows index.html as a file.
Right. So does it add index? It didn't move the file, did it?
Well, this may so currently your leading theory on this is that it might have moved the file.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll keep exploring it as we go. Because Semi's about to start from the beginning again.
Wonderful.
And then I'll be continuing my adventure all the way through. I think some of the stuff I showed you earlier tonight.
Okay. So I'm just going to start off by showing you guys the project structure so far. So earlier we said that we noticed a couple of pictures in between some text on the page. I just want to show you where all the pictures come from. Inside of the project folder that I'm working in, right now it's called dating profile, ignore that. There's a folder called photos, and it's just filled with all types of images. Actually, they're all GIFs from the Giphy website. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder graphically. Create a new file by right-clicking and creating a file called code along. Actually, we'll call it about the moon. And I'm going to name it, give it the file extension HTML. Now, we're going to start off with just getting the text up here. So I'm going to start off by creating a tag. And writing the words, "what's up there?" All in lowercase, by the way. And I'm going to come over here and notice that, actually what I'm going to do instead of doing that, is dragging this file into my browser. And now what does everybody notice? Or take a minute to observe what just happened here.
Cool. So it looks like it's your file. You moved it into the internet browser, and it's displayed on the browser now. How you wrote it in the heading 1 line.
Yes.
Tag.
Now, just take a look between these two. And what's the difference between these two pieces of text?
I'm seeing they're all in uppercase. There's left on the left on uppercase and the right is on lowercase. The left is italicized as well. And they might be in a different font, but I don't know.
They're not in a different font. I forgot. Hang on. I'm going to take that away.
The first time you were writing it, I could see you thinking, like, did I have a question mark or did I not?
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. So yeah, we have uppercase on this side, we have italicized on this side, and we don't have any of that on this side. Also, take a look at the titles of the pages up here.
I see it says about the moon, about_the moon .html.
Yeah. And then this one is just what's up there. All right, so
The moon.
let's start out again. I'm just going to copy this over. Let's just start adding in the first few rows of content. All right, so that's the first few rows of content. And then I want to add in this image here. What I'm going to do, in order to add an image on the page, I'm going to right-click. I'm going to show you guys it done 2 different ways, but I'm going to right-click and just paste in. I'm going to copy the relative path, and I pasted it in here. And then the other way, I'm going to take another image tag here. And I'm going to copy the path and also paste it in here. And we're going to see what happens. Actually, what does everybody think will happen when I do this on this page? What do you think you're going to see?
Well, first I'm noticing that for that image tag, you have the the GIF file in the tag, which I think is interesting. I would have thought it would have been outside of it or in between 2 tags. So it looks like for this, it looks like that's 2 different files, like 2 different GIFs that are going to be, or 2.
Oh,
at least.
my bad. My total bad, sorry. I'm going to copy the path of this image instead of this file.
Oh, wonderful.
There we go. Okay, now what do we think is going to happen?
So 2 GIFs are going to show up on the page.
All right, let's try.
One thing I noticed that's different about both is that one has much wider text than the other one.
Right. Like there's more here than there is here.
Yeah, and I see one starts with a letter of the alphabet and a colon and a slash, and the other one doesn't.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page. What do we notice here?
They're the same. And there's no break between them. There's no space between the 2 GIFs, so they're right on top of each other.
I noticed they're timed together.
All right.
So pretty.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna hand it over to BA.
Thank you. Yeah, so let's come back to where we were here. And so now we're back in here. And just a moment ago, we made also a heading. But what I want to show you today is a continuation of a little bit of what we did last week. And so last week, in addition to having the H1s, we also started experimenting with a little problem. And the problem starts kind of like this. Alice, Bob, we'll say Cynthia, and Deborah are going to the movies together. What do you notice between these two screens?
I'm noticing that that each of those names, each of the text listed and right underneath each other. I don't know what div tag means, but I have a theory that it's similar. It's different from paragraph because maybe you can use it in a different way, whereas paragraph is just plain text. Maybe it just does something. It operates a little differently.
So right now you've got a theory that div is going to be different than paragraph.
I do.
And we still have that puzzle that we were looking at before about I think you had hypothesized before about what was it in the it was what I was doing in the terminal at the end. I think I recall, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was touch.
That's right.
So at some point we'll have to look at where that played out. But that's something we want to remember a little bit. And so what we're doing is there's a classic. So we'll keep moving on for a second. And what are you noticing right now?
Okay, I'm seeing detail. What would it be called? Like those are different text sort of descriptors. So it's gonna change the text to look to those specifications.
What do you notice when I pressed Command R?
Yeah, follow the specifications, background color, hot pink.
What do you notice here?
Fuchsia. You're adding formatting to the other ones as well. The other lines. Different colors though.
And what do you think will happen when I refresh, pressing Command R?
It's gonna change all of them, all the lines. They're all gonna get their own background color.
What do you notice?
Yeah, I noticed that all the commands on the right side went on to the left side, like they were. Yeah, displayed on the internet browser.
What do you notice now?
They're all colored, all of them, every single line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so now we have that. And are there any puzzles currently from the new stuff we just explored right now?
I do have one. How is it that you get to that feature of terminal that you're working from?
How do I get to the feature of terminal?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a really great question. Thank you so much for asking that. So I'm on a Mac. In fact, we could demonstrate how differently it is on a Mac from a PC. But if I'm on a Mac, I just type term, I just use that and I just go there and it takes me right to the terminal.
Wonderful.
And so, yeah, if you want to try to set up a terminal and open up a text editor, do you want some help doing that right now? You're welcome to if you are brave enough to experience it live on the stream, but you could try it and then ask for help if you want to. Zero pressure. You can think about it for a little bit too if you want.
Yeah. What do I think about it?
Yeah, think about it. Semi, can I hand it to you now?
Yes, you can.
All right. So now.
All right.
Yeah.
So we left off here with our two images, and I heard a few things about how there's no space in between the two images. I also heard that this was wider, that this was a longer string of text than the top image, yet we still get to the same result. Also, just wanted to point this out. You'll notice the edges of this image and this image. On this one, it's a bit more rounded. But yeah, so these are both what you would call file paths. You see SCR, it just stands for short source. And this is what you call, this top one is what you call the relative file path. So that's number 6. And then we have the full file path on number 8. So they're both saying the same thing, but I wanted to show you guys if I were to make this on a full website. Wow, check that out. What do you notice here between this image and this image? Actually, I'm going to do that again so you can catch it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click down here to go live button to run the server. And take a look at that. So what do you notice in between these two pieces of text?
Oh, noticing on section 1, the moon is on both sides, but on the right side it's bold, and on the left it is not bold.
Oh, yes. Let me restart. There we go.
There it is.
Let me go back to inspect element and throw that up for both sides. It's not working. But notice if I were to show that, let me see if it will pop up. Technical difficulties.
You may have to share like the whole. You might have to share a little. I don't know. It depends on what you share.
Oh, can you only see part of my screen?
Oh, now I see the inspector.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And then you can see the inspector on this side. So you notice in between these two web pages, keep in mind they're the same web page, just they're being displayed differently.
Besides that, there's two of the same GIFs on the left side. Or I'm noticing that difference. I'm not seeing, but I'm seeing the code looks the same, which is odd to me.
All right. Anybody else? So up here, you'll notice that it says 1.27.00 on and on. And here, notice what it says. What does that look like to you?
Can you move all the way to the left?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so if we're talking about like the file name on the very top, it's longer on the left side than on the right side, and it starts with file : / on the left side. It starts with numbers on the second.
All right. So this one is being served from me just dragging it in
Mm-hmm.
to the web page, just like that.
No, I remember.
And I'm getting those results. But this one is being served through a server.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of imitating what you would get if this was an actual live website. So when I decided to display, when I decided to try and display the second image, one second, I closed out my text editor accidentally. When I decide to display the second image through this file path, it didn't show up that second time on when I was displaying through the server. And you'll notice over here, inside of the console, again, we don't get this error over here. I go to the console over here, you don't see it.
Yeah, I noticed it says not allowed to load local resource file : / d : /programming / o programming.
Right. So this first one is being given to the computer locally, or the second one is given to the computer locally from the actual computer, and that kind of makes the computer, that kind of gets the computer confused, because when you're serving from an actual server, it can't see all of the files on the computer. It can only see what's inside of this folder here. Let me show you. What's inside of this folder here? Dating profile. Yeah. But that's pretty much that for now. Let's move on. So from now on, instead of working from the actual local folder, I'm going to work from the actual server. Let's take a look at the demo page again. And I'm going to start off by working with a template. So I'm going to make a new file again, and this time we're going to call it homepage. .html. And I'm going to display this. So we have an empty HTML page here. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to type a exclamation mark. And what this does is give me a boiler template for HTML code. So let's take a look at what we got here. We have a, let's take a look at this part of the tag. The body tag. Let's just focus on that for now. I'm going to go back over to here. And I'm going to copy and paste. And we're also going to refresh the page. And get rid of that second image tag. And you'll see that I have the almost exact same, I have the exact same content as before. So we're going to continue with our demo page. This time I want to go ahead and play with a little bit of CSS. So what we're going to do is we're going to write out the word style inside of the style tag. And I'm going to type out the word text transform. All right. What do you notice happened there between these two tags here?
I see there's two things that say what's up there now.
All right. And what do we notice about the way they're styled?
One is all uppercase and one is all lowercase.
All right. So the text transform, there's a couple of different words you can put in there. You can put in uppercase. You can also put in lowercase, capitalize. Does anybody want to try to play around with that?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Do you want to share your screen?
Sure. So let me get. Okay. Present share screen. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Window, here we go. Probably entire screen would be best. Okay.
Ready?
Is it showing?
I can pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, so I got my terminal right here. As you can see, I've been trying a different thing, playing around with a couple things, trying to open up Nona to no avail. So I can get to that edit, text edit, or oh wait, or I could do it from text edit. I guess I got two options. Hold on.
You've got many options.
I do. The world is my oyster, as they say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can you make your text a little bit larger?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's just Command Shift plus.
Is that big enough?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
And if you do want some help with the terminal, I can help you with it. But also, if you want to use the text editor, that's up to you.
No, let's do the terminal. I'd rather do that.
So, what do you notice about the screen you're on right now?
I'm noticing that it's not in Linux. I'm noticing that it's in some unknown thing. I'm not sure. I think I pressed.
Yeah. What happens? What happens if you type .help?
Oh.
What happens if you type .help?
Okay. So press Control C to abort current expression. D to exit the REPL. Okay.
And you had said that I had heard you say before that how do you get back to Linux?
Right. So I'm not sure which. I think it would be Control D. There we go. So we're back to Linux. Yeah, no. Okay. Then I'd be picking my. Let me find a good.
Yeah. Do you know where you want it?
Yeah, let me just do it in the. Hold on.
Yeah. Take your time.
Okay, yeah, I was playing around with this one. Very small. So let me do it. I can just do index.html.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right? And that's going to bring me. Gorgeous. Okay. So why don't we start with H1. I put which pet fits me best. Okay. So if I wanted to open that up on, hold on. I wanted to open it up. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Now, what file does what do you notice on the page for this one?
Okay, so I'm noticing they're both under index.html.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that would.
But now, are they in the same location? Where did you make the other file from?
Oh, I made this one from my terminal. I think this one's from TextEdit.
Like when you look at where it says file up there,
Yeah.
what do you notice there?
Okay, so I'm noticing it comes from. I'm noticing the root is. It's coming out of my file, index.html, HTML file, which is in my code file. And I'm not sure how to. So, yeah, and I would think this would be the same.
So, very quickly, you see how it says Control X for exit? Can you press Control X real quick?
Okay.
And then you can save. That's fine.
Okay.
So now, if you type ls and then you type pwd, where are you right now?
See, I'm in my user file. So Sapphire. So I'm not in, and this one I'm in a more specific one. So what? So I think I know what I'd have to do. I'd have to go go more specifically into my got my file, right? So here I would go to cd code. I can just follow.
Yeah. You're moving along.
Okay.
So how do you want to deal with index.html? It says no, not a directory, index.html.
So I would actually want to open it up with Nona, right?
Nona or
shoot. Why am I always
Nano?
Nano? My bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it looks like I already started this one a bit. Cool. So we can play around with this.
Yeah. Now you're in.
Let me see this.
Now you're in the world.
Work. Okay.
Now, what was the thing, Semi, you were going to? I recall that, Semi, you were going to help Owen try something out too.
Oh yeah. We're gonna start off with italicizing text through CSS. Okay.
Sweet.
So go ahead and type out style, the word style.
We got it.
Back up.
Tag,
Yeah,
right?
right in between there. Yeah.
Yeah. So style.
And then equals in place of that colon. Yeah. And then quotation mark. And then you type out the word text dash transform colon capitalize, the word capitalize, and then semicolon. And then you end it with a parenthesis.
Okay.
No, sorry, with a quotation mark.
Oh, instead of the parenthesis or after?
Yeah. Instead of the parentheses.
I see.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
I'm noticing capitalize has a capital C.
Does that matter? I think I did that subconsciously. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I have no idea. We should try it out.
Should we find out?
Yeah, let's.
Can capitalize be capitalized?
Life's questions. Okay.
Now you have to save for it to take effect.
Sorry, I'm trying to find you guys. StreamYard. I don't know why I'm struggling right now.
Oh, we see you.
Okay, as long as you see me, I guess that's fine.
You're fine.
All right, so save. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, save can be a tricky one on this.
Because it's not Control or Command S. Is it Command D? If I remember correctly. Is it justify?
Let's see. In Nano, let me look it up.
Yeah. Let me see. Nano.
Oh, Control O saves the Nano file.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go here. Here we go. Index. Not what I wanted.
So how do you? So, if you want to, just quit for a second.
The browser.
Yeah, and now type open. No, you inside the terminal, so you can quit again. Not there though.
In the terminal.
Yeah.
Can that? Do I have to?
No,
exit?
yeah. You can open a separate. You can open up a second tab too if you want.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. Okay.
And so yeah, open space index.html. Now where did it go?
Seeing some good things. Okay. So I capitalized it. That's it.
Oh,
It's
nice.
supposed-
What is that at the very bottom? I mean, on the bottom of the title.
Yeah, it's a quotation. It's an open quotations.
Mm-hmm. What do you think that's about?
Oh, is it here? Because I have this guy.
What
under-
happens if you delete that? Yeah.
Yeah, let me update it. Fresh. Oh, it looks like it's not. Oh. Oh, you know what? There it is.
Did you save?
See, yeah, there's a few. There we go. Now it's gone. Which pet fits me best? It is not a quotation mark. I can tell you that. Okay. What else should we play with? Let's see. Should I add in some options for a pet? For some pets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
We'll put a cat because that's the one I want to get when I do get one. So I do not have any pets. Just if you guys were wondering. Put a dog. I was watching some crazy videos with these like bugs, like this guy who has a bunch of bugs as like pets, and he makes a lot of content around them. And I was like, oh, so that we still got that option. What else? Let me put one more. Do you guys have a recommendation before? I'm gonna put.
Foxes.
I love foxes.
Sharks.
Oh,
Okay.
sharks too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, or fox, I would say.
Okay. So did it happen? It worked. Okay.
Look at that.
Nice.
So what do you notice?
I'm noticing that there's all text and it's all plain, but it showed up. There's no spaces between them all. The content is showing exactly how I typed it in, which is good. Maybe, yeah, we could try some background highlighting.
Yeah, do you know how to? Yeah, go for it.
Let me do this. Let me try it. See if I can get it. Transform. I keep forgetting I can't use my icon. Why did that happen twice? Oh, that's weird. Okay, there we go. Shoot. I don't remember the other ones. Is it background?
Yeah, so there's background dash color.
Color. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, and if you've got the text transform, well, yeah. Do you want to try it out?
Yes. Should I just put in a color that I know they'll probably have?
Okay, let's try that.
Let's see if it happens. Okay. Oops. It's not right. I did something wrong here. I know it's not going to work. They all went away. No.
So, yeah, so let's think about this for a second. What
Mhm.
starts and ends style? Like when you look at style, do you have an example of style
I
that,
do.
yeah,
That
what's
worked.
different about the style there above and the style below?
So I'm noticing this is different.
What else is different?
Um,
What's different about your text transform below and the text transform above?
text transform, colon, space, background. There's this there's that. So I fixed that. Um,
No, I see text transform colon background color.
colon, background color. And there's capitalize up here.
Yeah,
So that's
there's
different.
there's capitalized there, but like you've got background color red as a pair, right?
Right.
But then you have text transform colon background color red.
I heard the same thing twice there.
Yeah, like for for instance, you've got text transform capitalize. Here, let me show you. I can also share what I've got a little bit too. What do you notice in mine?
Okay, so I'm saying div style equals. Oh, I'm not seeing style transform at all in yours.
Yeah, so let's look back at yours now.
Okay, so if I were to get rid of this, it'd look like your line.
Is there any other difference? Do you want to see mine again?
I would like to see it again. Okay. So it's just one apostrophe instead. I don't know if that makes a difference. I mean, there's also like it changes color in yours, so that tells me that there's something different
Yeah,
about mine.
is there any look at mine one more time. Is there anything else that's different in mine than yours?
Div style. So I'm seeing div style equals. I think that might be. That's all the differences I see.
What do you see between background color and hot pink? What characters between background color and hot pink?
I see what I missed. It's a colon. Okay. So
All right, let's try that now.
cool. Yes. Worked. Okay. So
All right.
Yeah. We're getting somewhere.
Yes, we are. So let's now talk about all the things we've explored tonight a little bit.
Cool.
And for folks in the audience, by the way, we'll try to make some shorter videos from this so people can keep up a little bit. But oh, you're going for it. Oh, and I can see.
I am.
Yes. Who wants to go first and share what you worked on tonight? What puzzles fascinate you? And what you want to keep going on for next time? I can start if you want. So this time I worked on this, which so far is just a column with many colors. But what we're moving towards in the long term is if I can find it. Here we go. We have also this as well, which we'll explore more next time, but this is a grid layout. And so we'll explore grid layouts. And we'll also restructure this. So in the long run, we'll be using this to explore this problem, the different ways Alice, Bob, Carol, and Deborah can sit next to each other in a movie theater. How about other folks? Oh, and then I guess puzzles for me. My puzzle is how I'm going to prove that I've done all the different combinations of every possible seating combination. That's kind of what's interesting to me. I have some ideas, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So I'm curious what'll clinch that pass. Somebody else want to share what you're working on?
I'm working on, just exploring different styles on HTML and how I can make what other features to my to HTML can I use to build up different different websites. So I learned that git copy pathway trick to copy and paste a file for an image. What puzzles do I have? I have a lot of puzzles. I guess my biggest puzzle right now is where do I even go for inspiration for what I might use a website for or what? So yeah, I guess that's my puzzle.
All right. You're on mute, BA.
Sorry about that. Excuse me. And I accidentally clicked over here on top of it. I was saying, I was reflecting back what Owen was saying, that how do we find inspiration for what you can do by making websites?
That is a question I've asked myself many times.
Mm-hmm. And that's well, and what I'd say is, do you have any ideas of things that you can do with a website? I think you both do. What comes near to your interests? Can you make a website about something you care about?
Right. I guess it's almost like, what are the possibilities? What aren't the possibilities? Like, there's so many different things you could do.
Yeah, one thing I often try to do is just start with simple questions. So, what urgent challenge might you call on us to face? That's something you can make a website about.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be an urgent challenge in a lot of different ways. But that's something we'll keep exploring together. It's an interesting problem. I think it's fun to think about these things. Any other thoughts about that from anyone? Semi, do you want to share what you've been working on today? Again?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so I've just been working on exploring plain HTML and CSS and seeing how we can push that to its limits.
Yeah, it's been really beautiful seeing all these images in motion. And I'm noticing here that the background is now black too.
Yes. I did not add that in the beginning, so.
Cool. No, it's fun.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Is there anything else we'd like to touch on before we go?
Thank you, by the way, Owen.
Of course.
Yeah, it's very breathtaking. Anything else we want to explore before we wrap up? Well, thank you so much, Semi and Owen. Thank you. This has been such a lovely night. And thank you to our audience for watching. And feel free to ask us questions, learn more about programming, and to get involved in Code Whatever. So much, everyone. Have a great night, everyone. Take care. Bye,
Good
Semi.
night.
Bye, Owen.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great night.